Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go the Cash App, $ Deem by any means. There go the PayPal at Deem by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000. It's much, much, much appreciated. Shakur Stevenson hand issues is a problem. It is concerning, and I am worried about it, y'all. I'm gonna say this: don't expect too many more KOs in that young man career because it's just not gonna happen. You don't get healthier as you get older. You just learn how to maintain it. This is two fights in a row that Shakur Stevenson has blatantly shown that he has had hand issues, and I'm very concerned. Because as a fighter, we know that from Floyd Mayweather, we've had experiences is that you actually have to kind of fight pretty cautious. The only reason why Floyd turned into from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather was because of those hands. And when them hands get brutal, they don't get stronger as you continue to use them and punch and spar and train and do all of these things. And I'm very concerned for Shakur Stevenson's health at this point in time, especially when you got to go up against somebody like Gervonta Davis, where you need to have healthy hands to keep them away from you, or a Pitbull Cruz, because they're not going to take it easy or care that your hands is hurting, so you can't use your left or your right as much. I don't know if y'all watched the end of Shakur Stevenson fight when the credits was going on and they was talking about it at the end, and he had 2 bags of ice on his hand. He's sitting on a lazy boy with 2 bags of ice on his hand, and I know what that meant. And I heard him while he was leaving. They like, yo, I don't know if it was his grandfather or or his cut man or somebody. And they was like, yo, you are how you feeling? How you feeling? He was like, man, both my hands messed up. Both of them messed up. So that means that we thought it was just his left hand. Come to find out that in this fight, that because he was engaging more, he wound up hurting both of his hands. Now they may not be as severe as it was when he fought Della Santos, but it's an issue all in the same. So y'all don't expect too many more knockouts from Shakur Stevenson. You're just not gonna see it. I don't think physically he gonna be up to it. I don't think physically his hands will be up to it. I think Shakur Stevenson need to go see a specialist, um, and go get him checked out, because arthritis and a lot of different things come from having hand problems like that. Joint problems and things like that is a real issue in life, and it starts earlier for some than others. Um, so, like I said, man, I'm very concerned about that. And Shakur Stevenson's not the biggest guy in the world neither. He don't have the biggest hands in the world either. So, um, this is not nothing I think what will super hinder his career. But as far as these marvelous performances that y'all expecting him to TKO and knock people out, I just think you're going to be more disappointed as the years go on, because he's not going to be able to be up to it. He's not going to. Your hands not going to get stronger. I think that he need to take a break for a while. I think that he needs to go see a specialist. I think that he needs to go really get with a masseuse and people like that, and do everything he can to preserve his hands, because that's what he needs to fight. That's the most important thing that he needs. And then when you don't, and then when you know that your hands is hurting, you fight even more cautiously. You fight even more of the style that people already been criticizing you for, as all the time has been going on. So like I said, man, it's unfortunate, and it's not nothing that I blame on him. See, this is one thing I would never blame on him. This is just genetics. This is from wear and tear, and people get injured. It's the sport of boxing. It's the hurt business. You're going to get injured. And for Shakur Stevenson, that's something he has to deal with. Gervonta Davis had to deal with it too, but Gervonta has learned how to circumvent that, and you haven't heard him really complain about his hands the last few fights. You dig what I'm saying? He's whatever he figured it out. Whether it's taking just a little pop off of it, or just not throwing as much. I think Gervonta Davis had to switch his style up too, because as much as he was throwing, he realized that's hurting my hands throwing all of these punches. So let me be more strategic, calm down, set you up, and knock you out that way. And then when I have to be super active and throw a lot of punches, I'll use it then. But other than that, nah. So I think it's even more of a reason why Shakur Stevenson has been fighting a little more cautious. Best believe, y'all, I'm not giving him no excuse for the way he's been fighting, or not. living up to what he said. This is why, Shakur, you got to stop talking the way you talk. Just dive into who you are. You're a defensive fighter, and their job is to beat you. You're going to make sure you don't beat yourself, and just market yourself that way. Yeah, yeah, they may be more exciting, they can't beat me. Yeah, 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 I might not be the best performer, but they can't beat me. Yeah, 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 that's all good. Whatever you got to say about me, cool, but just know this: when I fight whoever it is y'all say I can't beat, I'm going to hit him more than he's going to hit me. And that's literally what boxing comes down to. Get hit and not get hit. That's literally when people talk about the sweet science, that's what they're talking about. Because that's what it comes down to. That's literally what boxing is about. That's the basis of the sport. Two guys go in there, throw punches, and one tries to hit the other more than the other, and that should be who the winner is. Unless somebody gets hit with a lucky punch or a powerful punch and changes everything. But like I said, I think that plays a big factor in why he's even more cautious as he is, because I don't think that he has the most power in the world anyway. So now you don't got the most power in the world and your hands is hurt. That matters. That matters in boxing. And that's another reason why I think that it'll be hard for him to beat Gervonta Davis, because he's gonna have to go balls to the wall against Gervonta Davis. He's not going to have room to be cautious and do all of that stuff. Because even if he's being cautious, it's not going to get viewed the same, especially after his last two fights. Y'all got to understand compounding problems. So, what do I mean by that? Perception is reality, y'all. When people try to act like it's not, perception is reality a lot of the times. People will judge you off of things that they see, whether it's true or not. The problem is with judgment, he's in a sport that is judged. You understand? So when you fight DeLaSantos and you fight cautiously and people boo you and they upset about it, excuse me. Then you fight um Arthur and people complaining about that. You won't get another chance when you fight Gervonta Davis. You understand? Because now they're going into the fight expecting you to fight cautiously. So now that's hurting you. You see what just happened to O'Shaquie Foster. Y'all saw what happened to Jermaine Ortiz. You can fight that way, but it has been shown time and time again that that type of fighting style, you put yourself in a position to get robbed. You put yourself in a position that people say, yeah, but you just wasn't aggressive enough. So that's why I gave it to the more aggressive fighter. It's unfortunate. It's not right, but it's life. And that's why you don't put yourself in those positions for it to go out that way. Williams Zepeda probably would never have that problem. It'd be hard to rob Williams Zepeda because he throws too many punches. So if a guy is even throwing half, you understand what I'm saying. The pressure is different. It's harder to rob a Pitbull Cruz because he makes people fight the way they don't want to fight. It's hard to rob him because he's going to be too active in there, and that matters. And people could act like it don't matter. It does matter, because that's why they have rules that if a fight is close, the fight is very close, we're going to give it to the more aggressive fighter. That's why people say that. And we come to find out that it's true time and time and time again. Now, you don't have to like it. We don't have to accept it or any of that. But understand that it's true, and that's something that we're dealing with in the sport of boxing. So this is a word of advice. This is free game for Shakur, man. Go to a doctor. Go to an arthritis specialist. Go to a physical therapist. Go get your hands x-rayed. Go see what you can do. Go do hand strength exercise. Implement that into your training camp. And I think things will be better. But you got to do it, man. You can't continue to add these hand problems when those are your money makers, man. Those your money makers, and the guys you want to fight, the Lomachenkos and the Gervonta Davises and the Pitbull Cruzes and people like that, and the Williams Zepeda, they're not going to care about none of that when you get in that ring. If they see that you fighting cautious, they're gonna bring it to you, little bro. I'm just telling you, they're going to bring it to you because they're going to see a weakness. See, this the difference. We might not be able to know that Shakur Stevenson is taking stuff off of his punches, but guess who will? Pitbull Cruz, Williams Zepeda, Lomachenko, Gervonta Davis, when they inside of that ring with him. Oh, he don't want to fully extend on it. Oh, that's all he got? What Terrence Crawford said. When Earl Spence hit him with everything he had, he said that's how he knew he got him. He was surprised. Like, that's all you got? Oh, all right, I'm about to come out here and do you bad. You can't hurt me. I'm about to go do you bad. And when fighters understand that, then those fighters take more risks, which in turn puts you in a position where you have to take more risks. And now a fight then broke out. So y'all already know what this is, right? Deem by any means. And I holla at y'all.